And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, the Mystery Man, here on Geek Society. Dark Phoenix trailer, the Bill Cosby sentencing, PlayStation crossplay. And first, we're gonna do a quick breaking news. Bulletin. It's gonna be quick. It's not gonna be that long. I'm not gonna be talking about it in depth, but it's gonna be Bill Cosby and Dark Phoenix. And when I first saw the trailer for Dark Phoenix, I was just thinking to myself, this looks alright. It looks like a typical X-Men film. It kind of reminded me of a little bit of X-Men Apocalypse. The way the music was going on and the whole atmosphere, of symbionts and or ambience. Actually, I got the word wrong, but people, just feeling really, really disturbed. It's a disturbing moment for people as well as those who are just really in this new cataclysm of events. And personally, I was kind of neutral to the trailer. I didn't really feel that excited, to be personally honest. Don't get me wrong, I'm an X-Men fan. My personal favorite of the original Fox Universe films was probably like Days of Future Past. That was my favorite one, because it was more in depth. It had more drama. And my other favorite was Logan. Those were my only two favorite. There's also First Class that I liked a lot. But I don't know. Apocalypse, I think, just kind of deviated away from that. It had more like the comic booky, slapstick stuff. But originally, I thought that they were gonna have like the Skrulls in this movie. But I don't know. Maybe it might be some how they had Quicksilver in Days of Future Past and that Age of Ultron. Weird confusion. People were thinking like, oh, is he in the MCU? And technically he wasn't. They just used the same character at the same time, and they just had to go with it. Because he's technically part of the X-Men, but he's also technically part of the Avengers. So it was a confusing legal thing. I don't think anything happened. I think it just left it alone, and they killed him off in Age of Ultron, so they can probably avoid that kind of mess. And X-Men, Fox Universe just continue that stuff on, moving forward. So Dark Phoenix trailer, it's on YouTube. Check it out. It's pretty okay for the most part. So it's entertaining. It tells the same beats as usual as any X-Men story. And Bill Cosby, he's gonna be sentenced to about 3 to 10 years in prison for sexual assault of a woman in 2004. And personally, man, it's it is what it is. Because sometimes a lot of people I saw on social media, were kind of defending Bill Cosby, saying that they had to arrest him, like literally right when he's about to start his new career, or how he's just retiring, how they had to like before he can even go back to his private life, he has to be sent to jail, like everybody else. It's sad at the same time too, to see an old man like that go to jail, but at the same time, it's like it's kind of like a catalyst, for like those who have done real, dirty stuff to women, and a lot of people, have noted that he's the only one who's been sent to jail, and skin color has an indication for that, anyone who does it, regardless of how they look like, or regardless of how famous they are, because they got Harvey Weinstein down, and who was the other guy? He was a famous actor, I forgot his name, but he's in House of Cards, but basically they got him down, but they didn't really arrest him. But anyway, that's just your news for today, and I'm gonna continue on with the main news. And first and foremost, I might just go with the video game route, and I'll go on the PlayStation crossplay. On BBC News, PlayStation backs down in Fortnite crossplay row. Sony is to let gamers on PlayStation consoles play against those using rival devices, the company has announced. Many games already let those using a PC, Nintendo Switch, or Xbox One play together online, but Sony had refused to take part. It had previously cited child protection as one of the reasons it blocked crossplay. However, it said it had identified a path to allowing crossplay on some games, starting with Fortnite. Sony has criticized in June after it blocked PlayStation gamers from using their Fortnite accounts on the newly launched Nintendo Switch version. gamers found that if they had used their Fortnite account on PS4, they were unable to use it on the Switch or on Xbox. Meanwhile, Xbox, PC, and Nintendo gamers could all play the game together online. At the same time, Sony said it was, quote, open to hearing what the PlayStation community is interested in to enhance their gaming, end quote. Okay, now I finally get it. Now, I was thinking at first, I was like, okay, crossplay, was that like just like playing like, like the same game in different like, consoles? I just thought it was just something generic, but then just reading, I'm like, oh wow, it's actually playing against people while, with on different devices. I mean, at first I thought that was kind of virtually impossible, because you just only, this sounds pretty interesting, but Sony, talking about how there's like child protection laws, that should be in order. And that whole, actually, just this one story I heard from the internet about Amy Pascal, who's like kind of like one of the head people in Sony. And before Kevin Feige, put Spider-Man in the MCU and Civil War, he actually had an interview with her, not interview, actually a conversation for, he had a meeting for her in general, and like this like store or whatever. I heard this from a YouTuber. He was talking about this side story, and I was like, oh wow, that sounds interesting. And he was saying how, Kevin Feige was talking to Amy Pascal about bringing Spider-Man to the MCU, about how you guys can produce the movie, but we are just gonna be in charge of the creativity. So basically, it's kind of like, give me Spider-Man. He's technically yours still, but I'll make him better. Basically, he'll be part of our studio. So basically, you can't really use him anymore. If you use another Spider-Man, he can't be Peter Parker's version of the Spider-Man. And actually, reportedly, well, it's not well known, but reportedly, this results in Amy Pascal throwing a sandwich at Kevin Feige's face. He seems like a pretty cool dude. He seems like a very confident dude who's like really passionate about these movies. And I mean, Amy Pascal, I know she's like a businesswoman, but but he's also a businessman too. I mean, we gotta think about compromises. We gotta think about like the longevity of a franchise. And especially with the crossplay thing, this seems like it might be really revolutionary for video gamers. They can finally, play all kinds of games. They can interact with other gamers, on all devices. I'm like, okay, I mean, I feel like that. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm not impressed. I am impressed, but I just feel like that was already the case, right? Like if you have like a PS4 and you have like a headset with it, and a Xbox. Actually, you know what? Maybe I might be wrong. I don't know. Yeah, I might be wrong, because only if you have a PS4, you can only talk to PS4 users, and Xbox people you can't talk to. But if you have Xbox, you can't talk to people. Anyway, I want you guys to disregard, my lack of knowledge on this particular issue. But this seems pretty revolutionary. But Sony, is like kind of like nah, we're not gonna feel that.